what's so interesting, for example, about OpenAI's Deep Research, now if I launch a query using Deep Research, it will go to page 4 or 5 or 10 or 100 and find those obscure pieces of information. So I think the evolution of Google actually provides acceleration to the deep research projects, because I don't want to go do that deep research. So Google, I think you just can't discount their installed base, the number of people going there inertia will continue to carry them there. But I would say this, and you can go search for this on Twitter or anywhere else. And I know certainly with my own behavior, the amount of activity that I used to do on Google has been 80% cannibalized by ChatGPT, because there's search embedded within ChatGPT. And so, I'm getting all of that information, all of those answers. So I think that they're going to, be formidable. I think they're being bolder than they've been. But I think they'll have to continue to do that. I
think that we've talked about this, but I think some of their assets are remarkable. I mean, you got the YouTube data set and all the search queries over all the years, their understanding of structured data around a lot of the consumer verticals. I mean, they built that out in airlines and things. They should be able to do those agent type queries better, faster.
Their velocity on product has not been impressive. Their velocity on consumer has not been impressive. So they have them. They've had them for a long time, Bill. They had ChatGPT before ChatGPT.
They also have Android, which is a massive asset, and they also have browser. They're their own browser, which both Perplexity and OpenAI have started toying with the idea of either having a browser or, in the operator case, of using a browser in the cloud to go do this work. Anyway, they have so much. I still think they have a bit of the innovator's dilemma in that they still have to try and maintain those paid links on that page. And
this chart here, the black line, is Google's paid click growth plotted against the weekly average user growth at OpenAI. It's not going in the right direction.
And I think it benefits from the fact that informational searches are what ChatGPT cannibalized first, not the commerce searches, which is where most of the money is on the paid link.
Although, again, and we're going to see this out of X, we're going to see it out of everybody, right? Everything, the entire domain of the internet is the domain of agents. So if you think about Operator as one of the first agents rolled out by OpenAI, what does Operator do? It goes and it mimics me as a human, going out and researching a hotel and booking a hotel or whatever on the internet. And we're in a very embryonic state. I agree with you. We're not there yet. But it's very clear what the roadmap is going to be.
It's going to want your credentials, and whether you give it your credentials or not is going to matter, because it's searching against an
So let's talk about Meta.
Actually, one last thing on Google. There was a point where Meta went public at 40. We had
backed up the truck.
We had some, so I was paying attention. And Zuck, as he has many times, got woken up on mobile.
100%.
And everyone thought he was dead because Apple was messing with him.
And he had also built an HTML5. He didn't believe in native app. There's a whole thing that they weren't going to be able to monetize mobile. It was on the cover of Barron's magazine. The weekend magazine, right? It was like Meta's dead or Facebook's dead.
Right. But he woke up. And fixed it. Can Google do that here? Is that possible? Can they have a similar, and what would it look like? And what would it take?
Well, I mean, listen, I've said publicly that Google's moat was not a technological moat with search. Their moat was a distribution moat. Their moat was a mindshare moat. We Googled everything when we wanted to know anything. And the only thing that could attack Google was never anything head on. It had to be an orthogonal attack from something that was 10x better, 100x better, because it gave us answers instead of blue links, right? That's why it was such a mortal sin for them to ever allow anybody else to go first, because the only thing that could give you $1 trillion worth of free mindshare is going first with something that was 100x better. And that's exactly what ChatGPT did at the end of 2022.
All right, go to Meta.